Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. The four women of the Hillcrest Widow Club met every Thursday morning at 9 in the corner of a quiet coffee shop. Their statements about their deceased husbands started polite. For example, Mary said, "Yes, it's difficult, but I'm trying to muddle through." But slowly, their fear of being seen as cold faded. But what really opened things up was when Zoe said, "Honestly, I'm relieved to be rid of that ball and chain." Brittany then felt free to chime in. "Don't we like talking with each other more than with men? We care more about family, about feelings." Okay, fashion. The successful men mainly want to talk about their work, and the unsuccessful ones about sports. Further emboldened, Zoe said, "And they want to get in and out," assuming they could get it up, which for the last decade they couldn't. And I had to pretend it was okay. That encouraged Zoe to admit that she had fantasies about lesbian sex. Okay, more than fantasies. Before long, the Hillcrest Widow Club decided that they needed more privacy. So they met in Zoe's plush living room. Mary asked, "How could you afford this?" And Zoe replied, "My husband was a lawyer who had one client, but a great one, the Environmental Protection Agency." After a glass of wine and or a bong hit, Zoe moved close to Willow, the member who seemed most likely to be willing. Zoe looked her in the eye, and when Willow didn't avert, Zoe kissed her as the others watched wide-eyed. Would Willow pull back? On the contrary, she sighed in pleasure. But Zoe sensed it was too fast, not just for Willow, but for the others. So Zoe pulled back and asked if someone would like another hit or a glass of wine. But 3 so-called Zoe meetings later, they all, and I mean all, had a very cuddly experience. But after, Mary whispered something that shocked the others. "I love our widows' club, but every so often I wonder, are men so bad that we're fine with bashing them? Atop that is so many news shows, and especially movies, TV shows, and novels. Some spunky, smart woman usually triumphs over an evil or clueless guy. And when women have the deficit, say we're so-called underrepresented in science, there's massive redress and, reverse discrimination. I know plenty of women who got jobs over more competent, harder-working guys. And okay, so did I. Yet when men have the ultimate deficit, they live 5 years shorter than women. Their last decade is spent in worse health, and there are 4.4 widows for every widower. All we see is another run for breast cancer." Over time, the other members of the Hillcrest Widow Club slowly shunned Mary. It was subtle, a little less eye contact, a little more interrupting, and unlike before, no one asked her to get together between meetings. Sad at being ostracized, Mary figured, it's not that big a deal to play the game. She even told anti-male jokes. What do you call a man with half a brain? Gifted. What's the difference between government bonds and men? Bonds, mature. What's the difference between a man and a catfish? One is a bottom-feeding scum sucker and the other is a fish. All the while, Mary was thinking, I could only do that to men. If I dared do it to women, let alone a BIPOC, I would get the 3 C's, censured, censored, and canceled. Soon, Mary was welcomed back into the fold. In any case, that's called the Hillcrest Widow Club. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.